Hey Pisces, welcome to your reading. If you're new, welcome. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get all the messages I post each month. And to my lovely loyal subscribers, welcome back guys. Let's see what we have for our lovely Pisces. Okay, fire spirit, temple healing. So working on healing of your body, okay? Let's see. Keep warm with the fire spirit, right? Let's see. Is the change of weather that everybody will be going through, but creative and writing. Okay, Pisces, very creative energy you have going on right now. This might what can help you to heal. So if you've been going through challenging times, what might be exposed to you during this time is that you're a creative writer, poet, drawer, artist in some sort of way. I feel like this is what will be revealed to you. It helps you to feel better. It helps you to feel you. It's like being in alignment with who you truly are, going through experiences, and then finding your divine calling here. So let's see where this is going, right, guys? Okay. So divine healing, fire spirit. I feel like there is something that you have to share with the world, like you're some sort of artist or poet here. Maybe you write songs even, and you're supposed to share it. Use the fiery energy, we're in Aries season, to push you into that creative energy. So if you're finding yourself like waking up with ideas or them just coming to you, downloads, go ahead and put them out there. You'll be surprised by the response you get. Okay, because you're some sort of artist here. Okay. Pisces, the Hanged Man, yeah. Definitely throughout this spiritual awakening, it was to bring you to your creative side, to push you. So sometimes when we're going through this, we can end up feeling like we have nothing left and nowhere to go, nothing to lose. And that's only usually when people will act, right? Because we get quite stubborn when we're comfortable. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so waiting on somebody who's very stubborn also. Let's see. Page of Swords. So in regards to a soulmate here, they're spying on you. But let me just quickly just wrap up this creative thing. I know not most of you don't want to hear it, but let me wrap it up. So you could be saying, I need to learn more to get onto that path. I want to be a film writer or a director or something, but I don't know the business. The Page of Swords here reversed is telling me that you know enough. There's people out there with half your talent that are doing what your dream is. They're living their dream. So you don't need to keep learning and learning and learning, because, life's full about learning. Sometimes we learn on the job, right? We learn in relationships and things like that. You could get into or search for a job and then shadow people and watch people. So maybe even like submitting drawings to things like Disney or whatever, to get them checked out. Because there's definitely something about you here that you have to share with the world. And maybe you have a little bit of self-doubt with this being swords and this page reversed. So it might be that some self-doubt is going on, that you don't share what is beautiful and special about you. So I know sometimes life gets in the way as well. So we just think, well, no, I got to pay the bills. This is just my hobby and things. But actually, this spiritual awakening was to bring you that step closer to being on your divine path. Finding your divine calling, and this energy is really good for that, making moves in that with the fire spirit there, this Aries creative fiery energies, the spring equinox, and it's the start of spring, right? Everything's new and fresh. It's beautiful time for you to start. So whatever it is and whatever you feel, just start here. Okay, if there's more for you to learn, you'll learn on the job. That's what they're telling me. Okay, so in regards to a soulmate here, this is somebody spying on you. Maybe the communication has been very limited or off here, because the page is about communication, but it is reversed. So it could say there's no communication, you're just watching each other here. And I feel like you should take that time to heal yourself, with it being on the temple healing. But I feel like if you're reaching out and trying to talk to them, it maybe have been misunderstood over the last couple of months, that, you know, everything just turns into like arguments or drama or harsh words, things you don't want to hear, things they don't want to hear. So the communication has been very difficult here. Two of Pentacles. So you're feeling stuck. We've seen that with the Hangman as well, right? Feeling stuck. We do remain stuck until we see things from a different perspective, a different energy, right? So how can we see things from a different energy? So let's say if male or female, you lead with masculine energy, then we need to be able to shift into the feminine energy, very creative. And again, we're seeing that being reflected in the creative powers and stuff, to allow yourself to move into that healing, that divine healing. If you're a man and you're very masculine led, move into the feminine. So if you are a man, woman, and you're very feminine led, which is not unusual, obviously, we're supposed to be balanced within both. But if you're very feminine led, then moving into the masculine energy at this time will help you to see things from a different perspective. So let's just say you're all masculine and the other person is all feminine. You're needing to switch places here with this Two of Pentacles. You're needing to switch into each other's energy to see things from the different perspective, and then the energy can become unstuck. Because with no communication and not being able to see it from each other's perspective, we just can't possibly move forward here. So it's like you're carrying the energy of the connection of this soulmate with you, both of you, but you're not able to do anything with it at this time. So Six of Swords, yeah, so it's like, I want to move forward, or you may even feel like the other soulmate has moved forward and left you to carry all this burden. With it being Pentacles here, it feels like heavy energy with this Two of Pentacles, you know, she's juggling and going backwards and forwards here, trying to weigh up the options, but not really making a decision. So a lot of people get left behind by not making a decision. I was going to make a video on this, so it's funny that it's come up here, probably as a reminder to me as well. But it's saying that, you know, if we don't have these goals set and we don't make a decision, that's when we end up sort of in limbo and feeling stuck. It's not because the other person won't talk to us. It's not because we can't communicate right with each other. It's that we can't make a decision to either let go of that person and continue to move forward without, you know, going back to that thought there that, okay, maybe I forgot something. So it's either making a decision to move forward, or be all in and do the healing and look at yourself, because you can't heal another person. So we have to be all in and say, no, I'm dedicated to either waiting for this person, they're my divine partner, so I'm doing the divine healing with myself, right? That's where it starts, and this is what we stick to. We can't go backwards and forwards and be like, you know, one day, hey, this person, I hate them, you know, and the next day I love them. It's move forward with the Six of Swords into positive energy, because that's what's going to go on here. It's been rough times, but the road ahead is smoother once we make a decision. And it's completely up to you. This is a general reading. So this is saying you decide, you have the power, you are the creator. So either decide that, yes, I'm moving into healing myself and working on myself. And these twos are saying, bring your energy into balance. So maybe you was in the divine masculine and then you moved into the feminine, and now you're overly in the feminine energy. Bring it into balance, right? with the twos here. So this is speaking of balance. So if you've seen the 222s and things like that, you could be healing the energy in you which needs the balance, or your inner child here, as we have the page. So our inner child with this could feel like, I've not been heard growing up, and now I want to speak and overspeak and overcorrect. And sometimes people, you know, need to feel our absence and our silence in order to miss us, but this might trigger your inner child. So I feel like this is either going on with you or with your soulmate here, that their inner child could be acting stubborn or like spoiled, feeling unheard, like, you know, I need to be heard. And then when we carry it into adult life and adult relationships, you know, it becomes very confusing and distressing to the other person if they're not understanding what's going on, or we're not understanding what's going on. You could be like, hey, I've been without them, I'm fine, I don't know why I did those things, but every time I get around them, I'm triggered by them. It's because our soulmate reflects back to us what needs healing within us. So it could be they're doing something you don't like. Even as a child in the 3D, maybe parents believe that children should be seen and not heard, right? So only spoke when you're spoken to, and your thoughts and opinions not valued. So you might now as an adult try to, you know, overly help and give this person, and it just pushes them further away. You not realizing that this is a trigger. Sorry, I know that is a lot there. The Death card, so this is what will have brought this relationship to an end, that we just couldn't get it right here. So this person's walked away. It's not that they are perfect without you and reborn and, you know, moving on and everything's great for them. It's not. This is something that both of you are dealing with. You're reflecting to each other. You're mirroring each other here. Okay, so I do see somebody moving towards you actually, or you moving towards somebody here. But it's going to take this healing. The 6 is the 6th house, healing. We see healing of the temple up here as well. So it's health and our service to humanity. So this is what came out initially, what I was feeling as well. And the 2nd house is your career. So we see how it's all tying together, this divine healing. We see why this is happening to us. It's happening for us, right? The divine's trying to help us to wake up, to heal, to come to our divine calling, and even help us with today's currency, which is money, right? That this day and age, it's money that is energy and passed back and forwards between people. So don't think that the divine doesn't realize that, hey, you also need money. I know. So this is why this is happening, and this is in your 2nd house and 6th house. So you know, healing and your call to service here. It's not like, hey, you have to go and do some very hard job. It's saying you'll know what you're meant to do. You're just ignoring it because you're feeling like there's other things to do, bills to pay and things like that, which I totally get as well. Ace of Swords. So yeah, I see this person moving towards you, and you two communicating, reaching out, having a breakthrough in communication. The problem with that is that when we have this breakthrough in communication, are we just going to repeat history? Because it's on the 2 of Pentacles as well. So if we're going to say the same things and maybe not recognize that because our inner child felt unheard, that we are now projecting that with another person and not hearing them as well. Right? These are the things we've got to look at when healing ourselves. We can't just point fingers. So I'm telling you this in order to be able to heal this and communicate with this person. This could be somebody completely new coming into your life, and you could have been through the process of healing and worked on this and learned how to be a very good communicator. Some of you might be becoming like therapists or something like that, being very good and talented, creative with your words here. So you might be doing that because there's, like I said, there's some sort of creative writing, speech or thoughts going on here. where you can help humanity and put it back out there. So this is some sort of breakthrough, an opportunity to communicate with somebody. So it's very vital, right? Communication. I think when we can't communicate, it's frustrating, but you needed that time. This is the divine showing you at this time, hey, you needed this time where there was no communication, so you could understand and heal this about yourself, and they could understand and heal what they needed to heal about themselves. And then we can have this opportunity to move things forward. But it depends on you, right? Two of Cups. So you have the opportunity to come together, communicate, and I feel like, again, we're seeing another 2. So you're both in balance here. We see masculine with the Pentacles and feminine with the Cups there. And this is the energy we're talking about that needs bringing into balance. When you sort of understand that, and I'm sorry if this reading is not for you, isn't it? It's getting kind of, feels really personal. But when you understand that, then, you know, we can have what it is we want. And it is this sort of like loving energy. I feel like this is 2 people that love each other here. So it's not only you loving them and them ignoring you, it's them loving you and not being able to communicate also. It's like not being able to get the right words out. And like I said, some of you who have already experienced that and healed that, and you know, you're onto this divine creative path here with the 6 of Swords moving. This is positive energy moving forward, by the way. This rebirth coming here. Then this could be a new person that you're meeting. So remember to use these like communication skills you've had, that you've healed and developed. And a huge part of communication is listening, not talking. Right? We listen to hear a person and hear what's being said and what's not being said, and their body language and things like that. So here I feel that it's a beautiful opportunity to converse with somebody you love and actually understand that they love you too. 9 of Cups. It's like a wish come true. This is what you wanted. So I don't know when you wished for this. It could have been a long time ago. Then you went through like a breakup and, you know, everything seemed to fall apart rather than come together after a wish. But this part is where we see, you know, oh, now I see why I had to go through that. It's hindsight, right? You get to look back with hindsight like, I get it. Yeah, we did really need to separate. We was getting nowhere. Or I did need to leave that person. I was holding on because my own inner child was, you know, hurting, and I needed to understand that, and I completely see why that person came into my life. So it's like the divine giving you the truth about the situation and these answers and stuff. But this is beautiful balance that comes in, right? Because when we've been through all those trials and tribulations, the beautiful side is that we now get rewarded. We now get the actual wish that we wanted. And you see, okay, well, maybe I couldn't be in love with that other person forever because they wasn't treating me right. But now this person has come in and I see, you know, the stark contrast that this is like, it's like night and day with this person. This is how I'm meant to be loved, and they're loving me correctly, new or old. 9 of Pentacles. So we see 2 2s, 2 9s, and the 9s are related to the Hermit. The 9th house is the Sagittarius house. So it's about that out of the box thinking and long distance travel, things like that. So here, look how much better you are having healed. That was, we see they're both cups as well. So we see we start with the Two of Pentacles going to the Two of Cups, then the Nine of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles. So we're seeing that we can even have this beautiful dance between the masculine energy and the feminine energy, know when to step back out of the masculine and embrace the feminine energy, to embrace the highest power for your highest good, and then into the masculine energy, and you know, find this beautiful peaceful place that you've been wishing for, it being within you, within self-love, within healthy boundaries. And again, we can't even get away from it. This is Nine of Pentacles. This is money coming in for you because you're able to now share what you've learned. This is why you're given the hindsight. That, okay, now I do have value to offer people. All of us have value here to give back. So it's like, not only are you their teacher, they're your teacher too. So you've got this beautiful dance going on where you've both, you know, maybe even chased and run and hid from each other and healed and then, you know, been broken. And it is, it's a weird thing, isn't it, to describe it as this beautiful dance. But it feels like that. We can feel the flow of energy into masculine, feminine, into broken, into healed, into love, into, you know, all these, and that's the world, this beautiful range of energies that we can touch, and it's seeing the beauty, right, in the beast. It's seeing that, you know, all that I went through, all the dark times was so beautiful because it's led me to this place where I now have this beautiful person I can share with. I wasn't ready, or they wasn't ready, or we couldn't meet because of this. But now we have this beautiful energy together, a love like I've never known. And it's returned to me. And I don't have to be, you know, losing myself in order to be in love with somebody. I can still be this beautiful, independent, creative artist being, you know, loving myself and trust that they can be their beautiful self and nothing's going to happen here. And sometimes when they're in the feminine, I'll be in the masculine, and when I'm in the masculine, they'll be. It's such a beautiful dance that you've got going on here. So I hope that this does reach who it's meant to reach. Look at this, Four of Wands. So if you're seeing 1111, it's definitely for you, whether it's happened yet or not. The 1111 is your intuition, okay? It's your, when we see 1111 on the clocks and the 111 and things like that, it's your intuition trying to get your attention and saying, hey, you know this, you wished for this. You're powerful, you're love. You're a divine being here. So we see this new beginning coming. After all that, right? After the endings and after the traumas and spying on people, even you, admit it, guys, you were spying on them too. You know, just like, I want to know, I want to talk to them and they won't talk to me, or I'm not going to talk to them, but still looking and checking on them, right? So we see with this Four of Wands that there's this opportunity to see each other again for the first time through the eyes of love and the eyes that are healed and joy and a higher vibration. And that's what you wished for. You just had to understand you had to take those paths. And I think you got forced into it with the Death card. It often happens. We see being forced by the Tower or the Death card, you know, bringing endings and changes and transformations about within us. This is a major arcana, so this is within us. So this will happen in a short amount of time because the only major arcana we have is the Death card, and it's upright and it's showing us that it's a rebirth, a new beginning, which we see here, a new beginning that you wished for. So it's the rebirth that took the longest time. These are minor arcana. So this is something that's happening very quickly and very relevant. Five of Wands here. Yes, this is this fire energy. I don't know where Mars is lined up in your personal chart right now. If you know, go check it out. But 5 of Wands here, it's saying that, you know, that inner struggle that we have with ourselves, it's there to push us. Don't let it hold us down, but let it push you up. So, you know, when they say, you know, if haters hate, let them hate. Let me tell you something. When I first started my channel, people used to come on to dislike. The video would be 20 minutes long. It had been out 1 second and there was already 2 dislikes on it. I was like, do they realize they're actually supporting me? So don't worry about negative thoughts and things, as long as you get control of them and be like, you know what? If I'm telling myself I can't, I'm going to switch that today. I'm going to tell myself I can. And the same with people. If people are, you know, argumentative with you and saying, hey, you can't do this, you shouldn't be with that person, or you're too good for them, or they're too good for you, or whatever it may be. Because the challenge here is somebody talking some crap, okay? So if it's you, you can say, hey, you know, today I'm not going to do this with myself. I'm going to write it down and I'm going to write positive affirmations. Because this can be this inner battle, right? But if it's somebody outside of you, because we're all dealing with the 5th house, which is like siblings, family, pleasure. So if you've got any sort of sneaky link or booty calls going on, you could find arguments there as well, or tension and stuff. If these sort of people or whatever are bringing you down, recognize it for what it is. Like sneaky links or booty calls. I don't know when this became trendy, but it's your body and it's your soul that we're talking about. You guys will have heard me say, you know, we have these semen demons and I don't know, devil vaginas. But you just don't want to be in it. Just imagine if you ever stood next to anybody and they've been in a bad mood, and then that bad mood has spread to you when you've left them and you argued with somebody else because of their bad energy. Now just imagine sharing that energy, sexual energy and stuff. Every partner they've ever been with is transferring that energy to you. So this is something to think about. It's just probably time to cut it off, because you're letting your boyfriend or girlfriend block your husband or wife, your divine partner. It's just a no. I don't know why this is coming into fashion, like sneaky links. No. Just no. We got to do better, because while there's some of us trying to raise the vibration, there's always something on the other side. People try to bring it down. So just be wary of things that are trending. You got to wonder why they're pushed when they're trending, right? But yeah, this is your reading, beautiful Pisces. A new beginning. Very little challenges I'm seeing here. 5 of Wands, so that might be towards the end of Aries season. Some people may be disagreeing with you. Could be some haters trying to drag you. Let them motivate you is what I say. The Morning Star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. So don't let your ego lead you. I think this is what you've been sort of moving away from and working through as well. Ego issues, maybe like the fact that waiting for somebody is frustrating, annoying to you. You might even feel quite argumentative here, like, who do they think they are that I have to wait? Just an example. But you could like think like, well, why do I have to wait for them? Why can't they come back to me immediately? Just remember, that's ego. And that's what the divine, if it's happening to you, is trying to break. So it means they stay away longer. So that's something to bear in mind. The Strength card here is about taming that inner beast, right? And this is what we was talking about here. This inner beast that can tell us that we're not good enough, or tell us that we can't do it because we have bills to pay and things like that. The presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything there is light, and I am light. So do remember that at the center of everything is light, and you are light. You are a creator. The light of the divine is within you. We all came with that divine spark within us. We may have forgotten our journey and what our mission was, but there's a reason there's still that spark within us, so that we can always find our way back to the light. The Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits. Okay, I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. So I guess this is a beautiful place to finish, because we started up here with this healing, that you had to be brought to this, and you now see in hindsight that you was brought to this pain. This is why it happened to you. This is why you experience this pain, in order to transform that suffering into this light. So you could have gone through the downfall of the ego. It's really hard to admit that too. But then you're realizing, you know, this ego is to serve you. It's to, you know, self-preservation even with the ego. That's why humans stay at top of the food chain, because of ego. But in regards to our soul, it's not supposed to be above our highest good, right? We're supposed to find our way back to the light, even with the pain. I'll never forget a story where a lady, her son was, I think it was in the 60s, I'm not sure. So her son was hurt and dragged and, yeah, by some people of a town, and they hung him, and everybody probably expected that mother to break, right? Because I'm a mother, a grandmother, and yeah, if somebody did that, I don't know what I'd do. Everybody would expect that mother to break. But that divine feminine energy went on and changed the world. Through that pain, through that suffering, a greater capacity to love came about for all of us who are here today. So remember, this is happening for you, to transform you into this love, to give you that, what you wished for. Page of Wands and Judgment. We could go on, right? We could go on here. But yeah, good luck, Pisces.